Welcome to the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in 11 Minutes. My name is Jeremy Pook and I lead Senior Attorney Match. In today's In 11 Minutes, we'll feature the second of three treasure chests of digital value that senior attorneys present to growing law firms. And that second treasure chest is digital content. We'll have two topics today and then a sidebar. So let's go into it. And what's our first topic? So our first topic today is the importance to senior attorneys of the state of digital marketing in the legal industry. So yes, let's take a step back and take a look at where we are really historically in terms of the digital adoption in the legal industry in the mid 2020s. That is 2020, as we know, it pivoted society digitally. And the legal industry, of course, was impacted by that as well. Just as we started to buy more and more of our products online, experience video online, order almost everything and anything online, well, clients post 2020, they began searching for lawyers online as well. And that attention of the consumers, that is, would-be clients of law firms, in the early part of the 2020s, started going more and more to Uncle Google. We're regularly saying that Google is America's greatest referral source. And here we are in the mid 2020s and what we call digital adoption. Because in digital adoption, what we're seeing is that growing law firms are recognizing that to get the attention of those would-be clients, they need to be marketing to them digitally, first and foremost on Google, and then throughout all forms of social media. That is multi-channel, omni-channel digital marketing. Now let's look at the impact of that on senior attorneys in particular. When we look at where we are today in terms of the 3.0 digital era that the legal industry is in, we also recognize that we're in the age of what we call the vanishing rainmaker. That is pre-2020, where senior attorneys develop their books of business, develop their practices. In that pre-Google age of the rainmaker time, today's senior attorneys, they developed their businesses by handing out thousands upon thousands of business cards and by generating goodwill in their communities for people to say, oh, I recommend that you contact lawyer such and such because they're the best in such and such area of the law. Well, now the rainmaker of yesteryear is being bypassed and as a result is really vanishing because the consumer today is going straight to their smartphones and they're going straight to Google and they're searching for the best fill in the blank attorney near me rather than ask for a business card, ask for a referral from a human being. It's just so much more convenient to go online and to be searching for who's that best attorney, similar to when we're searching for the best fill in the blank of almost anything else in our lives. So now let's look at how that's actually impacting business development for senior attorneys in particular. That is, when senior attorneys today are thinking about their business development, well, we have to keep in mind where the consumer behavior has shifted post 2020. Considering that that consumer behavior has shifted predominantly digitally and predominantly to Google, those law firms that are investing in multi-channel digital marketing, well, they're experiencing and generating more new clients. That is being the digital rainmaker by adopting multi-channel digital marketing. Senior attorneys, by contrast, who by and large are not investing in digital marketing as much as their younger law firm competitors, they're just generating less clients than they did in yesteryear. So now let's think about the digital content treasure chests that senior attorneys are really sitting on, because senior attorneys today are really at a crossroads. That is, throughout the course of their careers, they have built up significant amounts of subject matter knowledge in the practice areas where they practice. In the age of the rainmaker, when they'd be handing out those business cards, getting referrals from colleagues, other clients, friends, family members, and whatnot, clients would come in, senior attorneys share that subject matter knowledge with those would-be clients. Well, if you're not getting found though today, then you're not sharing that subject matter knowledge. So that crossroads that senior attorneys are at is that treasure chest of subject matter knowledge that you have. Either you're going to take that proverbial plunge and start investing in digital marketing yourself to attract the attention of those clients that are searching Google for lawyers to hire, or as we really recommend to senior attorneys, is to highly consider joining a growing law firm that practices in your practice area and looks at that subject matter knowledge that you have developed as really untapped digital content. Those, for lack of a better word, those pitches that you've given to clients over the year, that they know how much you know the given subject matter knowledge in the practice areas that you have. Well, growing law firms, they want to take that knowledge, they want to turn that into podcasts. They want to turn it into videos. They want to turn that into Facebook posts, into e-newsletters, to be able to take that subject matter knowledge and spread it out digitally, because they need to attract the attention of those would-be clients. And senior attorneys are literally sitting on a treasure chest of digital content to attract the attention of would-be clients that you can continue practicing and representing while you continue practice. And that digital content that you create also has a longer tail, because the firms, that is the growing law firms, can continue to use that digital content going forward. And if those clients that come into the firm can be attributable to the digital content, they're coming to the firm because of that subject matter knowledge, the digital content attributable to senior attorneys, you're actually getting credit for that as well, which turns into revenue because of that untapped digital content that growing law firms so much want and need from today's senior attorneys that have that subject matter knowledge that they've developed over the course of their careers. Okay, so for our second topic today, our second topic today is really a warning. Okay, it's a warning to today's senior attorneys about digital marketing. So let's look at what the state of affairs is in terms of business development for law firms post 2020. Post 2020, because consumers are going, that is, consumers of legal services would be clients, they're searching Google and other forms of social media when they're looking to hire law firms. Business development, by and large, is going to growing law firms that are investing into multi-channel digital marketing. Because if you're not being found, you're just not going to develop as many new clients. In terms of the impact of not developing as many new clients digitally on senior attorneys, let's look at that all-important book of business. For senior attorneys that are contemplating selling their law practices, the most valuable asset that senior attorney-led firms have is their book of business. That book of business is fed, okay, is energized really by 5 forms of windmills, where those windmills generate energy, and the energy that those windmills are generating comes in the form of clients, and those clients fill the book of business. Those 5 windmills consist of digital value, so attracting new clients via multi-channel digital marketing, your client list, your referral source list, the goodwill that you've developed over the course of your career, and the subject matter knowledge. Well, let's focus on the digital value in particular, because if senior attorneys are not generating enough wind, they're not investing in digital marketing, well, that digital value that law firms today need to gather the attention of would-be clients, if that windmill is underperforming for today's senior attorneys, well, they're not going to generate as many new clients. And because your referral sources, by and large, are starting to retire, move away, or even pass away, what we're seeing is that combination of not investing in digital marketing and a reduced number of referral sources means, and really this is just the warning to senior attorneys, you're just not replenishing your book of business as much as you did in yesteryear. And as a result, your book of business has less clients and your law firm has less value. Now let's look at this treasure chest of digital value, digital content that senior attorneys have developed over the course of their careers. And really, before we look at that treasure chest, we'll look at what it is that growing law firms, what they want and need. Today's growing law firms, what they want and need are new clients, an experienced workforce, and they need digital content. They need new and authentic and diverse forms of digital content to attract the attention of would-be clients. And now let's look at that treasure chest of digital content. Because when it comes to today's senior attorneys, the warning to today's senior attorneys is that you're sitting on an untapped treasure chest of digital value. That is, that most senior attorneys have developed tremendous subject matter knowledge in multiple practice areas. In today's 3.0 digital era for the legal industry, where clients want to be reviewing the attorneys that they're in law firms that they're considering to retain. They want to review information about them digitally. Well, senior attorneys have all types of subject matter knowledge that can convert into LinkedIn posts, into Facebook posts, into e-newsletters, podcasts, vodcasts, webinars, and even more. Those growing law firms, they want and need that untapped digital content. But that warning to senior attorneys is that if you just let that treasure chest just stay buried and unopened, then you're really losing out on the opportunities to attract the attention of today's clients and be able to regenerate, replenish, and continue to grow your book of business. In reality, what we recommend, because so many senior attorneys will not themselves invest in multi-channel digital marketing, is to highly consider joining a growing law firm that will welcome you into their practice. You bring clients, you bring referral sources, you bring a cumulative workforce, and very importantly, you bring untapped digital content for them to be able to utilize your subject matter knowledge and convert it into multiple forms of digital content to get the attention of would-be clients who today are searching online for lawyers and law firms to retain. So for today's sidebar, we'll address why the digital disruption in the legal industry, why it differs from Amazon, Uber, and Netflix. So we've certainly experienced societally over the last 20 years, so since the year 2000, we have experienced digital disruption as the internet continues to develop. And there's three non-law examples of digital disruption: is Amazon, which effectively just took out Sears, which had been in business since the end of the late 19th century, and Amazon, with its one-click shopping, is just surpassed Sears in 2011. Taxi cabs, as we know, so few of us today utilize and order and seek out taxis as they did in yesteryear, because Uber is just so much more convenient. And Blockbuster, we all remember, be kind and rewind. But today for Netflix, where its motto is watch what you want when you want, because it was just so convenient to the consumer, such a low bar for the consumer to just click in all of these instances, as compared to Sears ordering and getting a taxi and going to your Blockbuster store in yesteryear. Now let's look at growing law firms. Okay, growing law firms, yes, they can generate digital content to attract the attention of would-be clients. But unlike those other areas of digital disruption outside of the law, when it comes to growing law firms, the types of digital content that they really need to be attracting the attention of would-be clients, but they want those would-be clients to be meeting with experienced and talented attorneys. And hence, that is why for today's sidebar, when we look at this treasure chest of digital value that senior attorneys present to growing law firms recognize that they need digital content to attract the attention of would-be clients. When they're attracting that attention of would-be clients, those clients, they don't want to be meeting with a 26-year-old or a 32-year-old attorney. They want to be meeting with attorneys that have been there, done that, attorneys that they can trust, that know the areas of law, know the courts, know the attorneys on the other side. And what we're recommending to senior attorneys in terms of the treasure chest of untapped digital content that they have developed over the course of their careers, where growing law firms, they need the digital content. Senior attorneys offer this untapped digital content that stems from the subject matter knowledge that they've developed. And when would-be clients can be exploring and looking at, reading, listening to, watching digital content that includes senior attorneys, those would-be clients, they can immediately know, like, and trust this law firm that is getting their attention. And when that attention is being filled by senior attorneys with that content of subject matter knowledge that they've developed over the course of their careers, presents a tremendous win-win-win in terms of the win for a senior attorney to be able to tap into that digital content, a win for the growing law firms to have the appropriate digital content to be attracting the attention of clients, and the win for the clients to be retaining lawyers and law firms that have the experience and know-how to represent the clients in the given matter for why the client has reached out to that law firm. And that is today's state of the market for law firm sales in a little bit more than 11 minutes.